Hey y'all, this video is a little different today. Today's supposed to be Testimony Tuesday. Today is May 20th to be exact. And I'm supposed to be recording a testimony, and the Testimony Tuesday video is supposed to come out. Today's going to be a little different because I want to express something to y'all. I want to express how this one is going to be hard. This one is going to be hard because I'm expressing how I feel about things that happened for a couple of days now, especially yesterday. And this video is not to bash no one. It's not to tear no one down. It's not to make nobody feel shame or anything. And I will express that a lot throughout this video. This video is for me and how I feel. And it's hard, y'all. It's 2:25 right now. I fought myself all morning, all last night, all the day before. I just kept fighting myself on whether I want to do this video or not. And I came to terms that I'm going to do this video not only for me, but for the other daughters out there. This video is about me and my mother. And when I tell y'all, it hurt to say my mother's name like that. Like, I wish I could feel my chest. Like, my chest is going like this because one part of me don't want to do it. The other part of me have to do it. It have to be done because I'm not the only daughter that's going through this. I'm not the only one that's scared to speak her truth. My truth have to be heard. The next person truth have to be heard. This video could help the next daughter, help the next person. I prayed on it, I prayed on it, I prayed on it, and it has to be said. It has to be heard. So I don't even know where to start, y'all. I don't know where to start. I'm gonna just start with yesterday. So my mother said some things to me yesterday that really hurt. It really bothered me and it really hurt. And she's saying it because of how I'm disciplining my son. You know, when kids get a certain age, they get a little beside themselves, and when they start smoking, they think they grown. Living in this house, you're not about to do that. Abide by my rules. And you're not about to disrespect me. Or there's the door. Went to his grandmother's house. Let me discipline my kids the way I want to discipline my kids. So when I discipline my kids, oh gosh. And it's not even my kids. It's my son. When I discipline my oldest son, don't come behind me and tell me he's 18 and he's grown. He could do what he want to do. Don't do that. And I told her the other day, and I'm not going to get deep into it, but I told her the other day, that's my son. I'm his mother. You're his grandmother. And of course she got offended. Then I told her, I said, you acting like your mother. You have some ways of your mother. I did tell my mother that. Her mother didn't raise her. Her mother sent her to her grandmother here in South Carolina when she was 3 months old. And once again, I'm not bashing my mother. I'm really not. And then she moved back with her mother when she finished high school here. So their relationship was iffy. I'm not going to get into that because the sit down is coming on that, speaking about my grandmother. And long story short, she has some ways of her mother. And I told her that. I'm the type of person, I'm going to tell you how I feel. I've always been that type of person. My mother will tell anybody, my mother will tell my friends, I never was a disrespectful person. Only thing she had problems with me was my attitude and my mouth. And my attitude could have got fixed if I stayed in counseling. But my mouth, it would have been better if I could voice how I feel and you listen. She never listened. It's shut up, shut the hell up, or who you talking to, or this or that, instead of getting to the bottom of it, the why. So when I have my kids on my own, that's how I do my kids. What's going on with you? What happened? Why it happened? How it happened? Do you know? How can we fix? That's how I am with my kids. Even down to my 8-year-old daughter. She got in trouble for being grown with her older sister the other day. And I in this same chair, and she was standing in front of me, and I talked to her, and I told her why she can't do it. I didn't yell. We just talked. She cried because she a crybaby like me, but I didn't tell her I didn't yell at her. I told her why she can't do that. How is not respectful. That's your older sister. And then I said, tell me how you feel. She told me how I feel. We talked and I said, okay, do you understand what I'm saying? She said yes. And I had to take her tablet from her for a week or two for her to understand. Like, this is serious. My 8-year-old, she's very smart, y'all. She's very above her age. You know, like, she understands very well. You can sit there and you can have a whole conversation with her and you'll be like, wow. And her teacher even told me, like, whatever you're doing at home is good job. She said, because she's so in tune with her feelings. She would sit here and she would tell you how she feel, and you would be like, oh my, very impressive for an 8-year-old to be in tune with her feelings like that. Because that's what I do to my kids. I do something that I didn't get done. So I'm sitting there and I'm telling her, I took him off my insurance. I sure did. I took him off my line, and I sure did. What she go do? She go put his insurance. And then she called me and said, you took Malik off your phone? I said, yeah. My phone is in my mother's name. My phone been in my mother's name for 19 years now. Because of when I was married. I can't get to that right now because this is not it. But it been in her name for 19 years now. No problem. So she goes to say, you called me yesterday. She said the insurance. You took the insurance out off the car. The insurance. You took the insurance off Malik's car. I said, yes. She said, okay. She said, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. You have to take my phone out your name. And she said, you're going to get a letter in the mail. And I proceeded to say, and I cut her off. And I said, Ma, you were so petty. And she kept talking over me. I said, no, let me talk. Because the other day I let you talk. And you never let me talk. So let me talk. And I said, you were so petty because you mad at me for what I'm doing to Malik, but you're not even understanding why I'm doing it to Malik. She said, you and Malik, y'all was so close and this and that. I said, yeah, but at the same time, you think you grown. You're not about to sleep in this house and think you're grown because of the choices you making. Now, don't get me wrong. My son is not a bad kid. He's not in the streets. The worst my son do is smoke weed. But when you smoke, it changes you. So it started changing him into ways I don't like. He's 18. Granted, I can't stop him from smoking. Just don't smoke in my house. Don't smoke in the car that my name is on. And don't bring it around my kids. You want to smoke in the car. My kids can smell it. It's not happening. So if you can't abide by my rules, you have to go. And as bad as it hurt me, I told my mother, I told Malik, I said, if you can't buy my rules, you can go to your grandmother's house for a couple of weeks. Just go to your grandmother's house for a couple of weeks. He didn't want to do it, so he went. When he went, it made it seem like I kicked him out, and I didn't kick him out. So, and I said, it's like you condoning his behavior. And it's not fair. And she went off. And she was like, do you know everything you said to me? Do you know everything you done said to me? And I'm sitting there, and I've been battling it for a couple of days because she told me this a few days ago, I think Friday. And I kept asking Chanel, like, what did I say to my mother that was so bad? Because she was like, you know what you said to me when I was younger? And I'm like, what did I say to her that was so bad? And yesterday, she said it again. And I was sitting right in this chair. And I asked her what I did so bad. And she proceeds to say, you told me I act like my mother. You don't want to be around me. And I don't want to be around her. I act like my mother. She act like her mother. And I stopped talking to her. And I'm like, Ma, but it's always a why to everything. I said, your actions made me pull away. Your actions made me don't call. We used to talk two, three times a day, and we don't talk. Did you ever ask yourself, why don't my daughter do what she do no more? She didn't want to hear me. And you not want to hear me, it put me in a place where I can't be hurt. And I was battling this, and I cried to Chanel, and I talked to Chanel, and I just can't, and I don't know what to do, and I feel alone. Outside of my kids and Chanel, I feel alone. I feel alone. I feel like I have so much family and they don't even know what's going on. I have family here that live right down the road and they don't know what's going on. I have so many cousins on my father's side. I have favorite cousins on my father's side. Nobody knows what's going on because Kia is always the strong person. In relationships and friendship, I'm always that strong one. And when they say you have to check on your strong friends, you really have to check on them strong ones, because we strong, but sometimes we have a breaking point. And yesterday I came to my breaking point and I told Chanel, if it wasn't for my kids, y'all, I know I would have off myself. I know I would have, because, and this is only a little bit that I'm telling y'all. And again, I'm not bashing my mother. This video is for the daughters that can't speak out. We can't keep holding stuff in because it's going to drive us crazy. I would never judge. Like I said on one of the other videos, I won't judge nobody. I would never judge somebody that killed themselves because you don't know they are meant to. This morning, I woke Chanel up and I said, we have to make a promise to each other because she's battling stuff and she's battling stuff way more than I am. And I said, we have to make a promise to each other that we would never off ourselves. We would never stop talking to each other. And we will always be there and listen to each other no matter how much. We can never stop talking to each other because as of right now, she's my only friend. I have no one. I can't talk to my kids about situations because I don't want you to look at nobody no different on my behalf. So, and they so young, so I don't want to talk to them. And on top of my oldest son already battled some stuff towards my mother. So I don't want to put them in nothing. They too young for that. And I'm not. That's still your grandmother at the end of the day. That's still grandma. You still call her. You still go over there. You still could spend nights with her. That's still your grandmother. This is between me and her. And outside of my kids and Chanel, I have no one. And my family could see this and they could call. You could have called me. I'm tired of calling. I'm tired of calling people. I'm tired of reaching out to people. I have a number as well. I have a number. My family don't even know half of the stuff I'm battling. Half of the stuff I'm battling. And since my grandmother passed, on my father's side, we so disconnected. It's crazy. And that hurt too. Because my family was a family that no matter what, we stayed together. No matter what, we always stay together, and it's broken. And I'm cool with this one, and I'm cool with this one because I'm just the person that's going to be cool with everything. I just hold stuff in. Why? Because I'm that strong person, and I'm just tired of being the strong one. I just want somebody to let me vent. I want somebody to be there for me like I've been there for everybody. I'll be there for everyone. Everyone. Not one person can say, oh, she wasn't there for me or she didn't do this. I'll be there for everyone, and no one know half of the stuff I went through. And I'm going to say, just in the last 5 years, I get on this camera, I smile, I play. You never know what somebody's going through behind this camera. And for me to be going through this with somebody that carried me for 9 months, somebody that raised me, somebody that was there every step of the way, somebody that I not know my mother would give me her last. And for you to say, I said, Ma, you could do this. I said, Ma, we was going back and forth, but she won't let me talk. So when she finished, I said, Ma, this is not going to be fixed with just me and you. I said, somebody have to come in the middle of us. I said, we need counseling. I said, we need to go to counseling to fix this. Y'all know what she said to me? My mother said, I don't need no counseling. I'm done. She said, I'm done. She said, I don't care if you ever talk to me. She said, I don't care if you, she didn't say ever. She said, I don't care if you don't talk to me no more. I don't care if you don't come around me no. She said, I'm done. And then she proceeded to cough. And I said, okay, Ma. Because I was shocked. And I said, okay, Ma. And she said, I'll call you back later. I got to get this out my throat. And we haven't talked since. That was yesterday. That was yesterday. And it hurt for your mother to say, you saying you need counseling. Y'all need counseling. I know I need counseling. I tell Chanel all the time, I can't do this alone. I don't have nobody else to talk to. I'm talking to her. We talking to each other. It was to the point where I wasn't telling her none of my stuff I was dealing with. I wasn't telling Chanel nothing, and she kept telling me, and I was just holding everybody's stuff and her stuff and her stuff. And one day I just broke to her. Like, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. And she said, I never knew that. Because I'm that strong friend. I'm the strong friend. But strong people break. So for my mother to say that, it broke me yesterday. And I fought doing this video. I fought so hard doing this video. But that shit hurt. It hurt for your mother. You know how many people don't have their mother and they want their mother? And my mother lived 15 minutes down the road. I can admit, I told my mother on the phone, I can admit when I'm wrong. I can admit that. Yes, I pulled away. Yes, I don't talk to you 3 times a day no more. 2, 3 times a day, 4 times a day. I don't come around you. But it's all because of your actions. And she didn't want to hear that, y'all. She did not want to hear that. So this is not to bash my mother. This is not for people to look down on my mother. This is my truth and my hurtness. And I don't know what to do no more. It's like I'm not being heard. I'm not being seen. And I'm tired. Only people hear me is my kids and Chanel. And that's why me and Chanel is so close. And people don't understand that. People don't understand that. People always just assuming the worst when it comes down to me and Chanel. But we are so close because we share some of the same issues. And all we have is each other. I have no friends. None. Zero. The only person calling my phone is Chanel. I have a BFC. My BFC called my phone. I don't even answer. And she don't know to this day what I'm battling. She don't know to this day why I don't pick up the phone. And nobody, are you okay? Even when you ask, Chanel asked me, are you okay? I be like, I'm fine. I don't be fine. But once again, I'm not a strong one. I'm the one that hear everybody's problems and help them fix it and talk to them. Until me and Chanel, when she moved here, I came a year later and we've been glued ever since. Not a day go by I don't talk to Chanel. Not a day go by I don't see. Not a day go by I don't see Chanel. Not a day go by we don't FaceTime each other because that's my person. She's my person. And it's sad. To the daughters, we don't have to. You're not alone. You're not alone. I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone in this big world. I can't be the only one going through this. But nobody want to talk about it because it's embarrassing, it's hurtful, and you want to keep an image of your mother. My mother is alive and we distance. I could die any day. She could die any day. For what? Because you don't want to hear me? You don't want to hear me? You want to side with Malik? Whatever, anything he say you just want to side with? It's not right. It's not right. It's not fair. And I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. Why should I let you do anything when you can't even listen? If I'm telling you to be home a certain time, don't wait an hour later to leave and I'm telling you to be in the house. So now you can't do nothing. You just got out of school. Like, come on, for real. You just got out of school. He be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not in the street. Granted, I'm glad you're not in the streets. And if I wasn't hard on you, guess where you would have been at? In the streets. But you have a mother, a single mother that's doing it all by herself. Not no damn daddy. A mother that kept you from out them streets. A mother that you graduated, you walked across that stage in time. A mother, not daddy, a mother. But when you started smoking all this smoking, you changing on me? Nah. So now I gotta put my foot in your ass. And yes, I will punch you in your mouth. I punched him in his mouth for being disrespectful. You're not about to disrespect me in my face. And you think it's okay. But he's grown. No. I don't care how grown you are. Oh, he's grown. He don't have to come home. He was at her house. He grown. He don't have to come home. Like, why you undermine me every time and come down to Malik? Now, again, this is not to bash my mother. This is just awareness that mothers and daughters, I don't know what's going on. And y'all don't know how much. She be like, you know. I don't even want to tell y'all half of the stuff my mother said to me over this. Just the weekend alone that really damaged me. And I cried to Chanel. I'm so sick of crying. If I had a bucket for every that bucket, I probably would have had 2 buckets. That's how much I cried from between Friday and now. I probably had 2-3 buckets filled up. Because it hurt. I'm hurt, y'all. I'm hurting. And I'm not seen. I'm not heard. It's like you question yourself, do you matter? Do you matter? Like, are you doing this right? To my kids, my other kids just come up to me and hug me because they could sense something wrong. Mama, you okay? I'm okay. You sure? I'm okay. You're not okay. I'll be okay. The shower, break down in the shower, cry in the shower, cry on the phone to Chanel, cry myself to sleep, wake up crying, wake up with stuff on my mind. The day my mother said, I don't need counseling, I'm done, you don't never have to talk to me again. I felt it in my heart. It's like my heart just ripped. I don't understand. And again, this is not a video to bash my mother, y'all. I'm not bashing my mother or my father or my right hand to God. I'm not bashing my mother. It's just something that have to be talked about with mothers and daughters. Daughters is going through this. Daughters go through this. I'm 41 years old, and some of the stuff she said to me that played in my head, when it's time for me to say something, I get stuck. I get stuck. My mother was there my whole life. I was raised by my mother. And all she got to do is let's go to counseling and talk, and she can hear me, because if I'm talking, she's talking. When I say something, she don't like what I say, so she say something. When she say something I don't agree with, I'm going to cut you up and be like, no, that's not, no, ma, come on now. And she'll override me, then I just shut down like, yeah, you can have it. I'm tired of shutting down. I'm tired of being quiet. Our voices have to be heard. This cycle, it have to be stopped, y'all. It have to be stopped. That generation curse have to be cut. This is why I talk to my daughters. This is why I'm open up to my daughters. I'm telling y'all. And I keep saying when I do them check-ins with my kids, I'm a video away, so y'all know, like, it's real in here. I let them express how they feel about each other. I even let them express how you feel about me. And when you got the floor, no one can talk. No, if you disagree with that person, you have to wait till your turn. You better write it down so you won't forget, but you have to wait till your turn in order to tell them how you feel. But I let my kids, I go through each one of them. Tell me how you feel about me. What am I doing wrong? What can I do better? What do you don't like about me that you want me to change? And I can't get that in return. That's how you break generational curse. My mother always used to say, oh, back in the day you couldn't talk like that because you'll get slapped. Bubba done killed you. Bubba is like her uncle, her grand, something, I don't know. But she was like, she would know this. She told me this a while ago. You probably would have been dead. And I said, that's the problem. Y'all couldn't talk. Y'all couldn't voice y'all opinion. Y'all couldn't tell y'all how y'all feel. It's communication. We are human at the end of the day. We kids. Y'all kids. Y'all don't understand. Y'all have emotions. Y'all going through this. Y'all going through that. And you gonna shut me down? I don't shut my kids down. I don't shut my kids down. We have open-ended conversations. So when my kids do it to her, she make it seem like it's disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. They just voicing their opinion. They have every right to voice how they feel. I have every right to tell my mother how I feel, and when I tell her it, she shut me down. She don't want to hear it. I don't now need no counsel. Do y'all know how that play a part in my head? I don't need no counseling. I'm done. You don't ever have to talk to me again. You don't have to be around me again. I don't have to see you. I'm done. That hurt. It hurt. How do you get past that? How you get over that? How do we go back from being the same? And nobody know I'm going through this. I could have put on a Testimony Tuesday video talking about what I want to tell y'all. You'll never know when I battle and if I don't open up. You have to treat people the way you want to be treated. And I tell my kids that. You have to. And don't get me wrong, my mother instilled some good traits in me. I would never knock her for nothing she did for me. I would never take that away from her. But it's like the bad is really outweighing the good right now. And it's sad. And it's sad. It's really outweighing the good. 41 years old. I'm not a teenager. I'm not a just becoming a grown woman like in my 20s. I'm not I'm a grown woman. I'm a grown woman. And for you to and one day I will open up some more about it, because it's my story, it's my truth, it's my feelings, and if I can't be heard, I'm video it and put it out there. I'll be heard then. And again, it's not to bash her. I'm not bashing my mother, guys. I'm not bashing my mother, y'all, so please don't think I'm bashing my mother. I'm really not. I would never bash no. I don't even bash my kid's father, and he did some shit. I don't bash people. That's not me. And that's what I told. I said, you don't know me. You didn't raise a bad daughter. You did a good job, and you can't even see that. All I just wanted you to do is listen to me. All I want to do is go to counseling so we could figure out what's going on between mother and daughter. And you shot me down. You said no. It hurt. It took a hold on me. For me to get in this camera and call my mother name, that takes a lot. That takes a lot, y'all. It takes a lot, and it hurt so freaking bad. It hurt so bad. Like, I can feel the ache in my heart, but it had to be heard. My voice have to be heard for the next person that's going through this. Maybe we could get through it together. I don't know, but it have to be heard. This is not for likes. This is not for views. This is not for. It's not for none of that. F that all right now. F that right now. F it right now. This is really, truthfully speaking, being honest 100% on everything. This is for the mothers and daughters that's going through stuff. Like I said, you have so many daughters out here that don't have a mother. My best friend don't have her mother. My best friend don't have her mother. My close friend up north, well, she down south now. She moved back. She don't have a mother. I've been around them crying. I've been around the stories and the regrets and this and that. I don't want to be that daughter. And I did everything in my power. But I don't know how we come back from this. Anything is possible with that man up there. Anything is possible with him up there. But I don't know. Even if it get fixed, it will never be the same. Me and my daughters, you never say never, but I would, no, we're not. I refuse to go through that. I'm not going through that with my daughters. That curse stopped right here. This bloodline right here, with kids, it stopped. With grandkids and great grands, and when I'm not here to see the 5th generation, the 6th generation, it stops. That it will not get carried on. It carried on too many generations. And all people gotta do is listen. Listen, just listen. That's why my organization is called Just Listen. Just listen. And that's why I'm so in tune with kids, and that's why I really have to get that going. I really have to get that going for the little girl like me. The little girls that can't express themselves to their mothers. The little girls that, and it is not even girls, it's the boys too. But it's something about a mother and a daughter. I've seen it too many times. And for me to be experiencing it with my own mom, I could just imagine how all them daughters feel. And if you're a daughter that's going through that, I'm so sorry. I know your pain. I know your frustration. I'm so sorry. But we will get through this. Just keep praying, praying, and praying. There's nothing too hard for that man up there. And I had a dream about my grandma. And it was me, my mother, and my grandmother. And I don't know what my grandma told my mother, but when I was talking to my grandma, she said her room number was, I can't remember the room number. Her room number was such and such and such. It was a 3-digit number. And she said, I'm fine. and she told me you're gonna be okay. And I just keep replaying it in her voice in my head. You're gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Because I'm going to be okay. It hurt. I'm gonna cry. I'm still gonna cry. And I'm gonna cry after this. I'm gonna cry tonight. I'm gonna cry tomorrow. It's gonna take a while, but I will be okay. We gonna be okay. That's my event for today. And that's why we don't have a testimony Tuesday. Hopefully I'll record it one day this week. So if you ever been through something like this, you know somebody that been through something like this, and you know their story, let me know how they came through it. Or if you going through this, let's talk about it. Even if you want to just email me, you don't have to comment. Like I said, this is not for likes, views. It's just to get it out there so we could be more open as daughters, so we could bridge that gap, you know. It's for the next person. So let's do it. You can email me. You don't have to comment under here. I don't care. Email me. Let's talk. Because I need it. I need to talk to somebody. Yes, I am going to counseling. I'm looking into some counselors who take my insurance. But for the meantime, I need someone to talk to other than Chanel. No offense, bestie. No offense at all. But I tell her that too. I said we both need someone to talk to. Me more than her. Like, I don't want to put my problems on my best friend when she's dealing with her own issues. She could put her problems on me because I'm more stronger in that field. But before I break, and I'm broke, because I can't be strong forever. I'm tired. I'm actually tired of being a strong friend. Strong people need, are you okay? Strong people need hugs. I'm tired. I've been strong for so long. It's like I'm just getting weaker and weaker. But I can't get too weak because of my kids. My kids saved me from a lot of stuff, y'all. I'm gonna get off now. But my kids saved me from a lot of stuff. They and I tell them when I look at them, I do like, y'all just don't know how much y'all saved me. I do be honest about that. Like, y'all don't know how much I saved me. Even my son said, Mom, you don't know how you saved me. Like, he wrote me a post for Mother's Day, and it was so touching because, like I said, all my kids is in tune with their feelings. The crazy thing, even Malik is in tune with his feelings, and Malik could come to this door and tell me how he feel. He done did it before. We talk about things. He'll sit in his chair, I lay across my bed. We have conversation. We just had a good conversation like 2 days before it started. And all my kids are in tune with their feelings. So Kyle wrote a post on his Instagram on Mother's Day, and he was like, you saved me. He was like, you're the reason I didn't commit suicide. And he can't, believe it or not. Now, people don't come to you. He came to me, and we was talking. He said, can I talk to you? And I said, yeah. And he told me how he wanted to commit suicide in that room, but he didn't do it because of me. And not knowing I do the same thing. But he was getting, it's a long story with that. But he's fine. But I'm about to let y'all go. I just need y'all to keep me in y'all prayers. Keep me in y'all prayers, my mother in y'all prayers. Once again, this video is not to bash nobody. No one. And I'm gonna be okay. I'm not even gonna put an intro, outro. No thumbnail is just gonna go out. All you're gonna have is a title because this is real, raw, and uncut. Thank y'all for watching, and y'all have a good